The 10,000 stalls complete. This is quite possibly the most delicious meal I've ever had. This is what kosher feels like. Is this what a kosher feels like, I wonder? Well, had enough? If not, I can bring you another serving. Come, evil friend, I could not eat another bite. Not that I'm not tempted to try, I assure you, but I fear I might die in the attempt. Now that's what I like to hear. A customer forced to choose between a good sense and another bite. You couldn't pay me a finer compliment. And now that I've stuffed you full of enough food to cloud your judgment, you forgive me if I broach a more serious subject. I'm not sure if you noticed, but all of our cookware, our pots, pans, and stoves even, are far past their prime. Most were cheap imports from other provinces. It was easier to replace everything instead of trying to maintain goods that weren't made to last. You're not the first to bring the issue to our attention. Others have had difficulty obtaining tools to go about their work more effectively. At the moment, Shazenkai is considering two proposals. The first is that we concentrate our efforts on rebuilding our industry. We give to our people the means to craft that which they require, thereby addressing domestic demands first and foremost. The second is that we concentrate our efforts on producing wares for foreign consumption. We bring foreign wealth to Doman and trade for that which we lack. Both approaches have their advantages and disadvantages, to be fair, but pursuing both simultaneously isn't really feasible. Why do you fret over such nonsense, girl? This is no dilemma. Doman shall stand proud and tall and alone. We will make what we need. Well met, warrior of the West. Too long has it been since you convinced an old fool to fashion armor for young ones. In search of a stiff drink did I come to these stalls, only to overhear a tale I could not ignore, and to cross paths with a bitter foe. Bitter foe? Hardly. Not that I'd expect an imbecile with an iron head to know friend from enemy. Or from his own reflection, for that matter. Desiree, allow me to introduce to you Master Araragi. Like Master Tsuanuki, he's an artisan without peer who once managed the paper mills of the Enclave. I should thank you not to compare me to this dotard of a smith child. More importantly, I should caution you against this advice. Your second proposal, that of favoring foreign trade, has far greater merit. Despite our best efforts, Doman is still a far cry from what it once was, and we have not the capacity to rebuild it ourselves. We must first look elsewhere to secure that which we lack. All talk and no guts, all the strength of a paper tiger. Or is that your clever plan? Convince these people to help you sell paper for iron? You mad, blustering oaf, how dare you! We could have a district for both craftsmen and artisans, one where we create tools for everyday use and goods to sell to foreign markets. The yard, let's call it. Then everyone would be happy, yes? At least, in theory, right? At the completion of the 10,000 stalls, an ambitious plan for a new area is born. The yard, a home for craftsmen and artisans alike. And we get the achievement Biodoma 1. On behalf of the Shazenkai Desiree, I thank you for your support. All's good. Work on the yard has begun in earnest, as you may have noticed. It will encompass a rather large section of your enclave, including the area directly behind me. You see, After the liberation, the Shazenkai concluded that we would need to secure much more space for this plan to succeed, far in excess of what we designed for the 10,000 stalls. This might not have been the case if we not decided to carry out two proposals that are arguably at cross purposes, but so be it. At the very least, I'm told Master Tsuwanuki is in high spirits. Perhaps we might consider calling on him and seeing his work's progress. Ah, there's a warrior. Heard you've a good word? The Shazenkai has put their plans in motion. I will have my smithy once more. Never dared I dream that this day would come. Doma burned, Lord Kaien died. All because we were fools, and never again would I be a fool. But then you and the boy, Ise, and the girl, Lise, you spoke sense. Better to risk death as a fool than suffer a life without dreams. What is this blubbering which consumes me? Enough, let us speak of work. That is what matters, aye? The carpenters have claimed that side for their own. My blood may run with iron, but even I know Doman wants for lumber, and so with wood we begin. Blessed are we to live at the mouth of the one river in such a humid clime. There are few teachers better than rot and rust. And here will be my smithy, a home for forge and anvil. But not yet. Not yet. Much iron lies beneath Doma's soil, waiting to be claimed, waiting to be shaped. All that we need she provides. Water, wood, ore. The materials are ours to command. To forge into tools for farmers and cooks, for all. Or so it once was. Imperial robbers and sneak thieves stole much of our mineral wealth. For the Empire. Pah! To other provinces they would send Doma's riches, and in return we received their refuse. Rusted pots, broken plows. A travesty it was and still is. Still we rely on inferior tools forced upon us by our conquerors. But no longer. Doma knows what Doma needs, and she will make it with her own two hands. To this end I will give everything, I swear. But I should like to see it before I die, and to that end we will need your help. Construction of a yard is proceeding apace, and Tsuwanuki is confident that he will soon have a means to craft a wide variety of tools to fulfill the needs of the people of Doma. As you continue to contribute to the Shazenkai and the reconstruction effort, in what other ways might the Doman Enclave grow and change? Once more, welcome back for our donation to rebuild Doma. So, 20,000 budget. Turn in something. On behalf of the Shazenkai, Desiree, I thank you for your support. I'm pleased to inform you that we have made great strides in our effort to rebuild the Enclave. Yeah, these things didn't have roofs previously, and they at least have a foundation for a roof now. Owing to your many contributions, the yard has seen further improvements. Continue. On behalf of the Shazenkai, thank you for your support. As I'm sure you are aware, the southern portion of the yard under Master Tsuwanuki's supervision is coming along quite well. Moreover, construction of a building adjacent to my office has begun. Several of these buildings have been designed for production of traditional Doman arts and crafts, including paper. You may recall the gentleman we met in the stalls the other day? Master Araragi? You'll be overseeing matters there. Come to think of it, perhaps you should go and introduce yourself to him? I know not if you've spoken with him since, but given the circumstances of that first meeting, he may not remember you. Araragi. Desiree, was it? Forgive me. During our brief encounter at the stalls, I neglected to introduce myself properly. I am Araragi, a paper maker by trade. 'Tis all I have ever known in my altogether too long life. Greetings, Master Araragi. The construction of your paper mill is proceeding as planned, I trust? More or less, aye, though it has not escaped my notice that progress on the ironmonger's workshops is outpacing mine. A thousand pardons, Master Araragi. You may be assured that the Shasenkai has not chosen to favor either one of your proposals over the other. I know that full well, child. Save your apologies. I but give voice to my frustration at falling behind the old goat. If Master Suranuki has wronged or offended you in some fashion, perhaps the Shasenkai could arbitrate? No, there's no need for anything so dramatic. We have a long and storied history, he and I. Though our paths diverged long ago, we are peers, masters at our respective trades. And yet, every time we cross paths, I cannot help but see him as the reckless apprentice he once was. He brings out the worst in me. But never mind that. You wish to know of our progress, yes? As you can see, all is on schedule. Your contributions have helped us to come far indeed. Though it will be some time before we can begin producing paper as before, rest assured that the day will come before you know it, and the quality will surpass all expectations. For centuries, Doman paper has been coveted the world over, and with good reason. The fibers of the kozo, a variety of your western mulberry, I believe, and the waters of the One River combine to create a product like none other. Each sheet is produced one at a time with a technique unchanged since antiquity. Though relatively quick, the process takes years to master, yet the effort is well worth it. Doman paper was prized for both its durability and its beauty, so much so that merchants would bicker and squabble and strive to outbid one another, so certain they were that they could still turn a profit. Indeed, it was arguably our most successful export. Coming willing, it will be again. Which reminds me, Kozakura, my dear, I trust you have given thought to whom we might sell our paper once production has commenced in earnest. While I'm aware of our agreement with the Zayla traders in the Confederacy, I doubt very much that these parties will put much store by our product. We have made inquiries, but have yet to receive any replies. But you needn't worry about such things. We will see to the mercantile matters. You and your workers should devote your energies to building the mill. Have no doubt that we are. I mislike losing to my iron-headed competitor. The road ahead is long, but I pray you will continue to walk it with us. Count me in. Construction of a yard is proceeding apace, and Kozakura is confident that the Shasenkai will have found a wholesale trader willing to purchase paper by the time Araragi's mill is ready to begin production. As you continue to contribute to the Shasenkai and the reconstruction effort, in what other ways might the Doman Enclave grow and change? On behalf of the Shasenkai Desiree, I thank you for your support, because I turned in so much that we get immediately another step. Much progress has been made on the yard owing to Master Tsuranuki's guidance. I have no doubt he would be enjoyed telling you of his triumphs. As it happens, I expect I will soon have wonderful news to deliver to him as well. I should be glad if we were present for it. Again, we are graced by the warrior's presence to whom we owe so much. Look, look, is it not a thing of beauty, glorious and splendid? Quick as a flash, the carpenter's work, putting my smiths to shame, but so be it. More time for them to finally use that which they have built. Master Tsurunuki, Desiree? By the Kami, what sorcery is this? The boy Hosan, here! But you were for the west on Lady Yugiri's boat. To the Eorzean shores, aye. There we remained for some time, but we returned at last, Master Tsurunuki. All of us. All the refugees who left Revenant's Toll safely arrived not long ago. They are resting from their long journey at present, but you should see them out and about soon enough. Thank you again for helping to secure their passage home. This day has been far too long in coming, and that not for you, I fear we would still be waiting. I'm told you have contributed much to the restoration of your Enclave as well. Truly, my friend, your generosity knows no bounds. Once we have regained our strength, we too shall join in the Reconstruction. Much fire in the belly as always, boy, but you and yours need homes, beds upon which to lay down and rest. I not see you sleeping in the streets. Take what you need from our materials, Kozakura, and have housing built for our brothers and sisters. It must be done. Yes, of course, as you wish, Master Tsurunuki. I will consult with the Shasenkai and make the necessary arrangements. Is it not wonderful, Desiree, how our people care for one another? Construction of the yard is proceeding apace, and while resources have been diverted to provide housing for the returned refugees, all are in arrangement, but it is for the best. How will the Doman Enclave grow? Welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV, where we are still busy with the Doman restoration. I think I made a cut about here somewhere, so yeah, welcome back. And let's turn in some stuff. On behalf of the Shasenkai, I thank you for your support. I'm pleased to inform you that we have made great strides in our efforts to rebuild the Enclave. Owing to your many contributions, my yard has seen further development as... Continue. And more. Remember, we were busy rebuilding the economy here. As you may recall, Master Tsurunuki bade us reallocate resources to the construction of housing for the recently returned refugees. Though they are not yet finished, progress has been most swift, and soon we shall be able to give our brothers and sisters a proper welcome. Some improvements have also been made to the buildings behind me. Master Araragi can tell you more if you like. Well met, my friend, well met. It's still not much, I know. A ship in dry dock, only beginning to take shape, and yet, when I look on it, I feel a stirring in my breast. You wonder as to the purpose of yonder building? It's to serve as a storefront. Of late, the Enclave has seen increased traffic, visitors from near and far. We cannot afford to give them anything less than the best impression, and so I thought to sell decorations and other colorful papercraft. Perchance you are familiar with kasagu? Ah yes, there's a word you know for this. Pinwheels. Miniature windmills made of paper, yes? As the wind blows, the little wheels spin. A simple child's pleasure to look on one held in the hand, perhaps, but the sight of many arranged is a rather more grand spectacle. Still, I expect little profit will come from sales to what few customers we receive here. Wholesale traders remain the key to our success. The other day, Kozakura told me that they had a promising lead, but she has yet to give me further details. I cannot help but wonder what sort of individual or concern they are. Master Aragi, Desiree, I have a mind to speak with you both. I have news regarding a concern willing to purchase our paper wholesale. Do you know? We were just discussing that very subject. I know not if you were aware, but we were contacted by the Shazen Kai before we left Eorzea, and on their behalf explored various avenues by which we might sell paper and papercraft to the merchants of the West. Through an intermediary, we contacted several trading concerns. One rather large and highly successful company expressed an interest in entering into an arrangement. I can say with some confidence that they will do their utmost to ensure we all profit. Well, such wonderful news. Well, I must ask, what is the company in question? If it is as successful as you say, perhaps our Eorzean patron knows of it. Ravenna's House of Splendors. Huh. I'd sooner suggest they sell their souls to a Voidsent. I will not deny that we had our misgivings. Every man, woman, and child of Ravenna's Stone knows well her reputation. But it's better to have such a ruthless merchant as an ally rather than a foe, is it not? None will fight more fervently on our behalf, I pray. I suspect there's a story I'm not being told. Regardless, we have found a partner, and this is a positive development, yes? But I shall resume our labors and strive to complete our paper mill as soon as possible. Back to work, everyone! Construction of a yard is proceeding apace, and the Shazen Kai is prepared to enter into a contract with Ravenna's House of Splendors, from which Doman will surely profit. Surely. How else might the place grow? The woman who heads this concern, Ravenna, you know her? If she's indeed as ruthless a merchant as our returned comrades say, then we shall endeavor to give her no reason to question our craftsmanship. Fine. On behalf of the Shazen Kai, I thank you. I'm pleased to inform you that we have made great strides in our effort to rebuild the Enclave. Not very exciting so far. But the forges seem to be running now, or no? They're still building, but at least they have roofs. So, progress? Owing to your many contributions, the yard has seen further development. As you continue to contribute, blah blah. Yeah. I spent all the vote. I'm done for the week. Good then. Until next week then. Alright, another week to turn stuff in. On behalf of the Shazen Kai, Desiree, I thank you for your support. I'm pleased to inform you that we have made great strides in our effort to rebuild the Enclave. Looking better. Owing to your many contributions, the yard has seen further development. Thank you. In case you were unaware, Master Suranuki's section of the yard is finally complete. The carpenters and metalworkers are now capable of producing all manner of products for the people of Doma. That racket you might be able to hear is them, already working up a storm. My accounts would not do it justice though. Would you like to go and see? Warrior of legend, hold a moment. Duty calls. The kettles, man, the kettles. The ones from yesterday with mangled handles and twisted spouts. Kabanami slot? We saw to it already. Should be out front. Have you seen a pack of knife blades by the way? 7, just sharpened. I can't seem to find them anywhere. Never mind the blades. I had a boy take them to be fitted for handles. Start on the cold ones, but leave a big one for me. A maelstrom of chaos, and at the heart of it, Master Suranuki, I presume? Chaos indeed. Such a discordant racket of hammering and angry shouting as can be heard all the way down on the docks. Bah! The chorus of hard-working men going about their business as they should. What of it? Come to complain about the noise, have you? Incorrigible. Utterly incorrigible. Even after I allowed resources to be diverted to your projects. The greater need was ours, a bitter loser you are. Such pride and passion. Is your competition so all-consuming? My love for Doma is all-consuming. What we do for her. 100 pots, 1,000 hammers, tools we craft to put in our countrymen's hands. Without a bucket to hold water or a hole to till the soil, what is a field but dirt? What is a man without the means to better his lot? Then forge me a paper knife. A knife of surpassing sharpness, which will pass through 500, nay, 1,000 sheets of paper cleanly in a single stroke. Consider it done. You'll have your knife before your next batch of Kazo has finished cooking. Kozo. I think they may have come to an understanding. In any event, we need only to finish the paper mill. I pray the Shasenkai can continue to count on you for support. Construction of a yard is proceeding apace, and Suranuki and Araragi have come to an understanding, or something to that effect. As they continue to contribute to the Shasenkai and the reconstruction effort, how else might the place grow and enhance and whatever? Thank you. To be honest, I never thought this day would come. The 10,000 stalls complete. The yacht complete. All the projects we planned, everything we aspire to achieve, complete. On this momentous occasion, Master Araragi wished to speak with us both. If you have a moment, I would be glad if you could accompany me. It is well that you are here, at the end of one chapter and the beginning of another. Over there you can observe our apprentices engaged in what many find to be the most fascinating part of the paper-making process. One must dip a frame in the vat and withdraw it, cast off the excess and repeat until a sheet is formed, after which it is removed. The goal is to produce at least 1,000 per day. Once pressed, dried and cut, these sheets will be sold as is, or fashioned into various works of art for sale. Depending on the intended use, the paper will be finished differently, of course. Our botanists are already hard at work harvesting the causal fibers needed in sufficient quantities to keep our people busy. As well they must, for Doma's paper is always in demand. Artisans in Hingashi and throughout the Far East say there's no better material for their papercraft. But there's one thing to speak of papercraft, and another to see it firsthand. Come with me, if you would. It's so beautiful. There was a time when I believed the Doman I knew as a child was forever lost. But when I look on what we have built, I see how wrong I was. There you are, Kozakura, and Master Aragi is with you. Very good. Ah, Hozan, have you word from our partners? Are they satisfied with the samples we provided? More than satisfied, sir. They increased their order by 30%. That is why I was searching for you, to deliver the good tidings. Hear that, Ironhead? The Eorzeans are clamoring for my wares. Gloat all you want, Paper Tiger. I'll best you yet. Why the tears, child? My venom was for Aragi, not you. Pray forgive my outburst. It's just to see the 10,000 stalls and the yard finished and everyone's so happy. I'm so relieved. Dry your tears, child, and raise your head. Our work, your work, is far from finished. How are you to lead us if we are so easily felt by sentiment? Yeah. Do not go and pat yourself on the back just yet. The Shazenkai has a duty to Doma, and much of the Enclave still wants for your attention. Our nation, our people will rise to glory once more. You be with us when we do, am I right, Desiree? Sure. Of course. The yard is complete. The people of Doma celebrate the long-awaited completion of the yard, as you continue to contribute to the Shazenkai and the reconstruction effort in what other ways might the Doman Enclave grow and change. Biodoma 2. Alright, another week. So let's turn more stuff. This is... She likes it. As a prize to commemorate the completion of the 10,000 stalls and the yard, for the girl who made it possible. I do not mean to sound ungrateful, but to use our valuable resources to decorate my office is long overdue, many would agree. Or were you planning to rebuild the whole of Doma save the Shazenkai? Consider too your position as a representative of our reconstruction effort. It would not do to receive potential patrons in a ramshack hovel. I'm sure even Desiree would eventually begin to question your judgment. Still, isn't this a little... Oh, I don't know. We're not finished either. Over here, girl. I've got another surprise for you and the rest of the Shazenkai. Now, these are garments befitting of the face of the Shazenkai. Are you sure it isn't a bit extravagant? Well, that's the point, isn't it? If you're to engage the rich and influential, you need to do so on their terms. Show them that Doman is not poor backwater, but they'd be wise to invest in our future. Also, several merchants mentioned to me that you lot were impossible to pick out of a crowd, so there are practical considerations too. They can't well negotiate with you if they can't even find you after all. A fair point all. Very well. If I must serve in a more public capacity for the sake of Doman, then I shall. Lord Heen has placed his trust in us to manage this monumental task, to see our people's hopes and dreams realized. We shall not fail him. I shudder to think where we would be without your assistance, Desiree. Your constant support has been invaluable, but our grand design for the revitalization of the Enclave is far from finished. When we have finalized our plans for the next step, I pray we can look to you for once more. The Doman of our memories and our hearts will soon be ours again. Until that blessed day, let us never give up hope.